Hey guys, welcome to Simply Sule, and I'm your host Sule. I'm a digital design professional, a content creator, and a college grad, and I would like to show you guys how to vlog. So, many of you want to start vlogging, but you just don't know where to start. I think one of the most important things about vlogging is having a story. I think to keep your audience engaged for your entire vlog, stating the story can be crucial to whether someone is going to continue watching your vlog. Because one thing that I noticed from myself, and I think also from watching others that are on the market, is when you're watching these travel vlogs, it's like you're really looking. Some people are really looking to actually follow that journey, or they have intent like to go to that place or to do that thing or to build that thing. So the important thing about that is if you state your objective straight out at the beginning, they know what to expect. They know that what they're there for, and they have more chances of engaging, even though you may be showing some personal stuff, showing around like other locations that aren't the same as the target location. Because one of the things that I hate the most is clicking on a thumbnail, it's describing a certain location, it showed me a certain shot in the thumbnail, and you don't see that, you don't know when you're going to see that, but at the beginning of the video the content creator is just talking about things that really don't matter to you. So stating that can keep people listening to you for a little bit longer, so you can be able to engage with them personally and then lead them to the content that they came there for. Number two, I think camera quality is one of the most important things, but not the most important things. So you should have a decent camera, and what I mean by this a decent camera, something that shoots 1080p minimum, like most cameras, even your cell phones, pretty much shoot 1080p. And also you should have something that can shoot up to 60 frames a second, so when you want to do slow motions, you can slow it down up to 60 frames a second and have that cinematic slow motion that you need. Also, what is important, I believe, as a part of the camera, if you're doing vlogging, it's good to have something that flips out. Unless if you're starting out on a budget, I say just get what you can afford, and just get used to holding it out when you're vlogging, and knowing the distance that you have to hold your camera out so you will be in focus. This is not so much a problem if you're using a wide angle lens, because if you're using a wide angle lens, it gives you a wider field of view, and thus allowing you to be able to, and also you don't have to have like a shallow depth of field, because you can show everything when you're vlogging. But one thing I do like is having a really nice vintage lens, or having a 50 or 35 millimeter lens. 35 is a really good field of view, because it allows pretty much you to get a really nice bokeh, and it's still not too close where you're hugging the screen. You still have a little bit of background in the background, so you could use that for vlogging. 50 is a little bit harder to deal with, because you're really just right there in your face, and especially when you're in tight spaces, you don't have the ability to be sticking your hand out, especially if you're in a crowd. So I would say 35. Learn how to use it if you can't afford something with a flip out screen, or a screen that points towards you, and pretty much get a camera that can shoot between 24 frames and 60 frames a second, so you can get a slow motion and the cinematic frame rate. The next step in vlogging, we touched the story, we touched the camera, and we also touched a little bit about the lens. But I think another crucial step to vlogging is delivering the content. I think a lot of the times we put out a content and we expect it to do real well, and when it doesn't, we stop. And I think that's really what crushes people, because right now it's more about the number than the, that perfect quality of cinema value. And I'm saying it's important, but having more content means more people have the chance of viewing you. The YouTube algorithm would start to see your stuff more and be able to associate certain things with your videos. And so putting out more content will definitely increase your views and lead to more people taking you seriously and seeing you as a part of the community. I've seen many content creators out there that started, people did not like them. They were unliked people. There are people out there, myself, I did not like when I started watching them, but they put so much stuff out there. They put so much content on the market. You can't help but see them. And sometimes, they're the only person that's really touching about topics that you care about. So you end up watching that person because of those topics. So put out more stuff. And you've seen it out there that certain content creators don't have better video quality than you do. They don't have better personalities than you do. But what they are doing that you're not doing is the work, the hustle, the grind. And we all need to do that, even myself. And that's what you have to do if you want to separate yourself from the rest. Put out more content, do the work, share it on different social media. Grind. You have to do that if you want to be a vlogger. If you're especially leaving your 9-to-5 job and you're really like going to Asia, or you're planning on doing something to change your circumstance in life, you have to put the work in there even more so than you were doing at that 9-to-5 job. So another part, that's the next part of blogging, doing the work and persevering when you're not getting those likes and you're not getting those views. If you stick at it, you will get there. Another good thing about vlogging as well is also I believe to me, is being educational. Especially when you're beginning, you have to be able to give value to the people that are watching your vlog. I see a lot of people, they just want to bank on their personalities, and that's something that can happen. You can get out there, people love you, and you can make it. But I think that takes a little time to get into that when you're just using your personalities, because not everybody would necessarily like your personality, as I was talking about earlier. But if you're able to give something of value to that person, whether it's like how to travel to this location, and not even just those wide like titles that everybody uses, but no, use the smaller little ones, like how to go from Khao Sok National Park to the train station in Surat Thani, or how to go from terminal to, or what's the cheapest way to go from Phuket to Khao Sok or Bangkok or whatever the case is. If you're giving them those information that they use and you do it in good quality, I'm not just saying that you're like, okay, this is the train station, and then you put the camera down. No, show them on the map. Bring Google Map. Like, you can take screenshot of that and show them the exact location or the address that they need to give to the driver. Have them put that in the description. You have to give more value than you're receiving. And initially, if you want people to follow you and take you seriously, you have to give them something. And I think tutorials, I think travel guides, food guides, whether you're doing a technology blog, you need to give them that information and make it easy for them to see. Even if you have to make a PDF link and put it in your description for people to see, you have to put that little extra work in helping people if you want them to follow your channel and like them. And another part of the vlogging, and I'm gonna end it here because this video is going on for quite a bit. If you want to make a second video on this, let me know. But another important part of vlogging is asking people to subscribe. A lot of us don't do that, but when you end a video, just ask people to subscribe and like the video, because it does help. It helps the YouTube algorithm, it helps other people view it, and it helps people actually take the video seriously, because when they do view the video, some of them look at the amount of views that the video has, or the amount of likes, and they, even if it has a low amount of views and has a lot of likes, people are more likely to take it seriously and hear it out because of that. So if you did like the video, make sure you do hit the like button. And if you want to have more tutorials in relationship to travel vlogs, travel videos, how to do Photoshop or edit in Premiere Pro, please do hit the subscribe button, and I will be putting out more content soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.